Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about how to be a more patient parent with your preteen and teen. Someone will ask, what is it about teenagers that make even the calmest and collected parents lose their ever-loving minds? And let's be honest, most of us really aren't all that cool or collected. We may just barely hold on before all the hormones, the mood swings, and attitude enter the picture. The teenage years can test a parent's patience like no other in a child's life. They are convinced they know it all, and you, the parents, are a complete and total idiot. They often will resent every boundary you set, question everything you say, and push all your buttons in their quest for freedom and independence. Tell me about it. It's a tough time for everyone, but it is also a time when your teenagers really need you to keep it together. So much of their behavior results from the push and the pull they feel, between holding on to their childhood while at the same time wanting to move towards adulthood. Listen to that again. So, yes, it means that even though we want to yell and scream right back at them, slam some doors, or maybe even hurl something at their heads, we have to be the adults in the room. But how exactly do we do this? So I'm going to be sharing 4 ways to practice patience with your preteens. So here are the 4 simple ways you can start by being more patient parent to your preteen or teen that that you can start implementing immediately. So number one is listen more and talk less. So often our teenagers come to us in such emotionally charged ways that we react to the emotions before we have a chance to hear the words behind them. Throwing your emotions into the ring with theirs only escalate things and make it more likely for one of two events to happen. So either is a fight or your teen shutting down. What you need to do instead is listen. Do your best to tune out the drama and get a handle on what they're trying to tell you. Then calmly say back to them, what I'm hearing is XYZ, so you're sure. Do I have it right or am I missing something? If you're not hitting the mark, they may become even more frustrated. It's not always easy at first, but we keep listening, we keep trying. Resist the urge to interrupt, to jump into problem solving mode, or diminish how they are feeling. Give them to chance to have their say. Many times our teenagers just want to be heard. They don't want us to try to fix things or counsel them, or and our attempts to do so only make them more emotional and us more impatient. Number two, do not take things personally. Hey, this one is hard. Personally, yeah, teenagers are prone to extremes and exaggerations. They slide shot from one end of the emotional spectrum to the other side with little transitions or warnings. And this can happen multiple times an hour, let alone in a day. Your preteen or teen may lash out at you with statements, that are hurtful and oftentimes untrue. But keep in mind, you are one of the few safe spaces in their life, if not the only one. They know you're going to love them no matter how ugly they act. And so sometimes they get the brunt of everything. We get the brunt of everything they're struggling with. Yes, they may scream, that hits on you one moment and 5 minutes later they act like it never happened. And for them, in some ways, it really didn't. They don't mean much of what they say, and while it isn't an excuse for them to treat you badly on occasions, your role is to be the shock absorber. If you can, let some of it roll off your back and be confident in the fact that their love for you is pretty unconditional as well. It will be easy to stay calm in the middle of the teenage storms. Don't take it personally. Number three, identify specific triggers. All parents have certain things that really set them off, no matter how good or a day is going on, how good a mood we are in. There are a handful of things that our children, preteens and teens do that will turn us into raving lunatics in a hot second. Maybe it's having to ask your teen to do their chores multiple times, or shoes and personal items left willy-nilly all over the house, or maybe your teen is always the reason the family is running late. Whether it may be that seems to particularly undermine your patience, it helps if you can identify those triggers and proactively work on solutions to reduce how often they occur. It is also okay to make your teen more accountable and to help them understand how their actions impact you. I do this a lot, and in return, them. So encourage them to take part in coming up with solutions you can both agree on as well. And I share a lot of these things on my Instagram, as well as consequences. Help them to see that by following through, there's an upside in for them too, because everyone knows when mom is not happy, there's nobody happy. And number four, the last one, set boundaries. Yes, you are a parent, and with that comes an awful lot of self sacrifices, but it doesn't mean that you always have to come last. Preteens and teens will take and take and take and take and take if you let them. They will have us serving as their on call, personal Uber, short order chef, laundry service, homework tutor, and the list goes on and on. It is okay to set some ground rules with your kids about just how available you'll be. If you're someone who needs a good night rest and you have a regular bedtime, make sure your preteens and your teens understand they can't wait until you've snuggled under the covers to come ask for help, with an assignment that is due tomorrow and all that. Also, be sure they know when you have plans and don't change them to accommodate a request for a ride to meet a friend for a last minute movie. Very, very important. Contrary to our preteens and teens popular opinion, parents do have lives, and we are not being selfish when we on sometimes put ourselves first. These little children will be flying away from nest in a few short years, and we have to maintain both our marriages, our friendship, and our own personal interests. So when they are gone, we aren't left with a gaping empty hole. Also, time for ourselves gives us chance to recharge our batteries and diminish that building frustration that can come from the mental load of raising teenagers. When we take care of ourselves, we are so much better at navigating the ups and downs of our teenagers with grace and, oh yeah, with patience. So this is the video for today. I hope it has helped you. Remember that you're not alone in this journey of raising preteens and teens. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Like this video, share this video, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you for being here. Peace.